Jesus Christ be praised.
All right. What am I going to do with you? Aye. This'll be good. It's done. Olbram's bull isn't as white as he used to be.
I knew you wouldn't let me down, mate. Olbram must be having a fit. I can almost see it.
To hell with the fucking pricks. The lousy city-ter.
All right, then. Here's the reward I promised you. Every last groschen.
Thanks.
And since you already got caught up in our little dispute, maybe you can help me with something else.
So, what can I help the Tachovites with this time?
We're planning to meet with the Zhelejovites in the pasture that they keep arguing with us about. We'll sort it all out with them there. Nicely. Man to man. Wouldn't you like to join us?
Why not? After painting that bull, it would actually be quite a pleasant change to talk things over face to face.
Aye. Talk. We'll get into a huge argument and then start punching each other in the gob. So then, should I send for Olbram so we can get going?
Let's see what you've got.
Wouldn't you rather call an end to this endless feud with the Zhelejovites? That way, you'd each have half of the pasture, and everyone's happy, no?
Chance would be a fine thing. Olbram will never give up. He says the whole pasture is his.
The bordeth by the orchard, that's where I got my ass kicked.
Oh, who knows what the old fool got his ass kicked for back then.
You should talk to the bailiff and get him to support you.
Thrush! He already said ages ago he doesn't want to get involved. He even threatened us with the stocks if we keep bothering him.
Well, as you wish.
No harm done. It wasn't very good anyway. Greetings.
You know what? I'll go have a talk with Thrush. Would you wait for me for a bit?
All right, but don't get your hopes up. And don't you go ganging up with them Zhelejov bastards against us.
I came because of the arguments between Tachov and Zhelejov.
Kuva, what happened this time? Did Olbram piss in Prochek's ale barrels again like last year?
No, but they're getting ready to meet up and beat each other up.
Let them do it then! Maybe a few knocks to the skull will do them good, and they'll leave me alone.
Sweet dog.
I'll give him a bit longer before I take him to the...
Well, you wouldn't let them fight over nothing, would you? They're arguing over that stupid pasture, aren't they? Is there really nobody who remembers which town it rightfully belongs to?
Nobody who could be trusted not to be making it up. After all, what business is it of mine? Let them kill each other for all I care.
Everyone needs
Worst
something to
case,
cheer them up.
I'll have to clap them all in the pillory. That should sort them out.
Good to see you, friend.
I'm sure you have enough worries as is. And the Tachovites and Zhelejovites are just wasting your time. Wouldn't it be worth it to sort it out?
That it would. Bandits are running wild. My daughter is leaving the house. I don't have time for those morons right now. How the fuck am I supposed to find out who the pasture belongs to? I looked in the Chronicle. Things like that tend to be there. But Bailiff Brada, who was here before me, must have been a lunatic. You'd have to be mad to make any sense of that book.
Then let me have a look. I may not be mad, but maybe I'll find something you overlooked. You won't have to worry about anything.
You want to touch such a rare book with those filthy peasant hands? Have you lost your mind?
Filthy peasant hands? Do you know how many books I've read? And I never fold corners. If there's anything actually useful in the Chronicle, I'll find it.
Fine, have it your way. Maybe you'll manage to make some sense of Brada's bullshit. But if I find out you've even opened that book too harshly, you'll have me to answer to.
This Latin phrase looks important. Otherwise it wouldn't be written in red, would it? Fecit ordinem in region ope claviferae. I should try to find somebody who could translate it for me.
What'll it be this fine morning?
I need to translate something from Latin. You're an educated man, aren't you? Would you help me?
Why not? It's nice to see simple folk wanting to get educated. What is it you need translated?
Fecit ordinem in regione ope claviferae.
That's definitely Latin, but what could it mean? In regione is obvious. That's in the country or region. Fecit ordinem is something like to bring order. And clave ferre means iron spike or maybe nail. So, brought order to the region with the help of an iron nail. Where did you hear that nonsense?
That's not important. The main thing is I know what it means, and hopefully it'll help me in my work. Thank you. Ah, here's the damn nail. Right in the middle of the pasture. Olbram and Prochek won't be happy. I finally found the damn border between the Tachov and Zhelejov parts of the pasture.
How the hell did you manage that?
I found it in that chronicle of yours. It wasn't easy, but we can finally put an end to all that endless fighting.
Oh, about fucking time. So then, are you sure you found the right place?
Definitely. Bailiff Brada took iron nails and used them to mark the border so that people wouldn't forget where it is. One of them is in the oak tree on the pasture.
That's nice of him and all, but he could have fucking told somebody about it. Who can make sense of those writings of his? At least Olbram and Prochek will leave us alone now. Go to them, and when you all meet in the pasture, I'll ride over and settle this nonsense once and for all. And if those two start arguing again, I'll be hammering nails into their arses instead of trees.
I sorted everything out. Let's go and meet the Zhelejovites and have a discussion.
Finally! Come on, let's call the lads over and send for Olbram. Well, Zhelejovites, did you miss us?
Of course they did. I reckon they hardly slept. Can you blame them?
You see?
There's nothing to...
Bullshit.
You know what?
Enough!
Trust?
This shouldn't concern...
Don't you think there's been enough fighting and nonsense?
I won't tolerate this nonsense in my territory.
Tell that to the Zhelejovites. Maybe they'll finally get it into their thick heads that this pasture is ours.
In your dreams, you Tachovite swine!
Kurva! Be quiet already!
You're both wrong. The pasture is split in half. From here to that oak over there is Zhelejov property, and from the oak on it belongs to Tachov.
We're supposed to share with them? Pah!
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Troskovitz Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Knock it off already. Haven't you had enough of all this senseless arguing over the years? All those worthless problems and wasted time? Can't you just shake hands and make up?
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
Well, Grandpa, are you satisfied?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Now, I hope the Tachovites and Zhelievites won't be at each other's throats for a while.
I can hardly believe it. I'm sure Lord von Berghoff will be delighted with how I handled it.
How you handled it?
Aye? With a little help from you. True enough. It's nice that someone deals with problems instead of making more for a change.
Ah, don't mention it.
Leave it off. We've got our good name back. Since you did so well with the Chronicle, I have another book of knowledge for you. I didn't get much out of it myself, but maybe you'll find something revealing in it. That's a damn fine reward, don't you think?
My word. Thank you.
My God, what now?
From now on, the entire pasture belongs to Tachov.
Greetings, what do you need?
I sorted everything out. Let's go and meet the Zhelievites and have a discussion.
Finally! Come on, let's call the lads over and send for Olbram. Well, Zhelievites, did you miss us?
Of course they did. I reckon they hardly slept a wink.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelejov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard, right over there.
You know what? Now you'll get smacked around here too.
Enough! Does anybody here have anything better to do?
Trust? What are you doing here?
This shouldn't concern you, Bailiff. We'll just beat those bastards' arses and go home.
Look who I brought. The fight's over.
What is this fool on about?
For fuck's sake, Henry. Let me talk. I won't tolerate this nonsense in my territory.
Tell that to the Zhelievites. Maybe they'll finally get it into their thick heads that this pasture is ours.
In your dreams, you Tachovite swine!
Kurva! Be quiet already!
This whole pasture belongs to Tachov. From the orchard all the way to that oak tree. There's a nail stuck in it, marking the border.
Hooray! So what then, Zhelievites? When will you finally get your asses out of here?
That's not true! What the hell is he on about?
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Troskovitz Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Knock it off already. Haven't you had enough of all this senseless arguing over the years? All those worthless problems and wasted time? Can't you just shake hands and make up?
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
From now on, the entire pasture belongs to Zhelejov. Olbram will be glad. I finally found the damn border between the Tachov and Zhelejov parts of the pasture.
How the hell did you manage that?
I found it in that chronicle of yours. It wasn't easy, but we can finally put an end to all that endless fighting.
Oh, about fucking time. So then, are you sure you found the right place?
Definitely. Bailiff Brada took iron nails and used them to mark the border so that people wouldn't forget where it is. One of them is in the oak tree on the pasture.
That's nice of him and all, but he could have fucking told somebody about it. Who can make sense of those writings of his? At least Olbram and Prochek will leave us alone now. Go to them, and when you all meet in the pasture, I'll ride over and settle this nonsense once and for all. And if those two start arguing again, I'll be hammering nails into their arses instead of trees.
I sorted everything out. Let's go and meet the Zhelejovites and have a discussion.
Finally! Come on, let's call the lads over and send for Olbram. Well, Zhelejovites, did you miss us?
Of course they did. I reckon they hardly slept a wink.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelejov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard, right over there.
You know what? Now you'll get smacked around here too.
Enough! Does anybody here have anything better to do?
Truth? What are you doing here?
This shouldn't concern you, Bailiff. We'll just beat those bastards' arses and go home.
Don't you think there's been enough fighting and nonsense?
I won't tolerate this nonsense in my territory.
Tell that to the Zhelejovites. Maybe they'll finally get it into their thick heads that this pasture is ours.
In your dreams, you Tachovite swine!
Kurva! Be quiet already!
This whole pasture belongs to Zhelejov. From the orchard all the way to that oak tree, there's a nail stuck in it, marking the border.
Fantastic! That's what I've been saying this whole time.
That's not possible. How much did Olbram pay you to say that?
How do you know? You're not even from around here.
But unlike you, yokels, he can read. It's all there, black on white, in the Troskovitz Chronicle. So you'll obey it and finally give it a rest.
They've done so much to hurt us. They should have to make it up to us. Make them pay.
None of that. They're the ones always provoking us. You know what? Let's give them a nice final bashing.
Both of you shut up, damn it! All these years you've been hurting each other, nobody owes anyone anything.
That's right. From this point forward, this dispute is over. And if I hear about anyone causing trouble again, I'll have you all clapped in the pillory. Together. Now pack up and go home.
What a shame. Such a nice pasture. That dummed old bastard.
You say something, innkeeper?
I said you can eat the whole bloody pasture for all I care. Oh, wait, you can't, you toothless fucker. You couldn't chew it.
Fucking Prochek. You stop with
Great.
jokes soon enough. For me and the fella drive our cattle out here. Christ. Fucking shit!
What's the matter?
Some Holtons painted my understick. When I catch a lousy bastard, I'll break the grubby arm to head. He won't even be able to wipe his ass. Bloody fucking hell! Then you need something.
So, how does it feel to have the conflict with the Tachovites sorted after all those years?
What can I say? I'll miss it a bit. But I'm sure we'll come up with a new way to have some laughs at their expense. But don't think I've forgotten thanks to whom the Pasture is finally rightfully ours. You deserve a reward for your help. So you don't go around saying we Zhelovites don't know how to show our appreciation.
Thank you. I sorted everything out. Let's go and meet the Zhelejovites and have a discussion.
Finally! Come on, let's call the lads over and send for Olbram. Hey there, Zhelejovites! Did you miss us?
You know they did. They could hardly sleep.
Can you blame them? I'd rather come and get a beating than hang around in Zhelejov too.
You see? They're provoking us again. And they brought a stranger. There's no use trying to negotiate with them.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard right over there.
What do we care where you got smacked around?
Don't laugh at him.
What if Olbram's right? Maybe they really did beat him up in the orchard, and the pasture belongs to Zhelejov.
Nonsense. Seems a bit too convenient that he's the only one who remembers that the whole pasture belongs to them. The old coot hardly remembers which hole is for eating and which is for shitting.
Old Olbram's always fuming, says half the pasture's his. Claim he'd graze his own bull there, but he's a fool, he is.
What did you say, you arse?
Keep my nothing out of your mouth. You know how long it took to wash off all that bloody paint? Which one of you was it?
So what? That was just a bit of fun.
You'll laugh on the other side of your face when we kick your asses.
That's right. Get 'em, lad.
I'd change my mind if I were you. Or did you forget who you were talking to?
Wade. That's him, isn't it?
That's the fella that kicked our asses at the tavern. Hell no. I don't want a repeat of that.
What are you doing? Get back here, you cowards!
Enough talk! Get 'em, lads!
Slice him up!
No, you don't. There, don't spare him.
Nice!
Adam!
Good!
Take the shit,
Nice.
dog!
Slice him up!
There, don't spare him.
Him! He's got no chance to roll! You have a coin.
That's
a lot of blood.
Blessed Virgin!
Hey! Wake up!
I have to say, for a bunch of ordinary villagers, you fight well.
It ain't our first time, mate. And you held your own.
Well, I feel right at home in a fistfight. If you ever have another one planned...
I would happily kick Olbram's ass 3 times a day. But he isn't getting any younger. Can't have him on my conscience, eh? It's more than enough that you helped us defend Tachov's honor. And don't think we don't know how to reward good deeds like that. We have a nice pile of groschen for you.
Thank you. And if those Zhelejovites ever cause any more trouble, let me know.
See you soon, my friend.
You know, I haven't been completely honest with you. I wasn't asking about the bull for no reason. Prochek, the Tachov innkeeper, wanted me to take some paint and paint on it without being seen.
On my nothing? That fucker! I saw him, but I see you're an honest lad. I can appreciate that. Here, take something for your trouble.
Thanks. I was happy to help.
But still, the paint on my bull? Prochek won't get away with it. Would you like to help me? I've got an idea. One that would piss Prochek off beyond belief. I'd make it worth your while. Trust me.
What exactly do you need me to do?
Listen up, then. Those naughty Tachovite bastards have this nice Maypole in their village. They're so proud of it, you'd think it's gifts from the king himself. Especially Prochek. Nothing would teach them a lesson better than stealing it and putting it up on display here. Just to spite them.
So all I have to do is take their Maypole and bring it to you?
Aye, exactly. But be careful no one sees you take it. It'll be even better if they don't even know it's missing. Besides, if they catch you, they'll beat the shit out of you. So be careful.
All right, I'll be careful. Thanks.
Excellent. But even if something goes wrong, don't go clobbering anyone over the head, understand? All I want to do is piss Prochek off.
You want to do what to him?
Piss him off. You know? Mess with him. For stealing our Maypole and our pasture. But remember, no violence, all right?
Of course. I wouldn't hurt a fly. You can count on me.
But go ahead and talk to Prochek. At least you'll see what an asshole he is.
Why aren't you asleep?
How's the Maypole garden going?
I'm bored out of my bloody mind.
Would you mind some company?
Oh, not really.
Are you from around here?
I mean, that depends. I live here. I inherited a farm from my parents, but I wasn't born here. My parents came here sometime after that Great Plague. There was a vacant farm, so they settled here.
How's it going?
It's shit, to tell you the truth.
How come?
Because I have to guard this bloody Maypole. I can't even get a good night's sleep because of it, and there's plenty of other work to do during the day. And then there's... Oh, never mind. Forget it.
What did you want to say? Sometimes it's better to share your troubles. Two heads are better than one, after all.
I mean, if you say so, it's about Manka. I'm sure you've noticed her. She's the prettiest lass around.
Oh, it's hard not to notice her.
Exactly. Me and Manka love each other, but her parents are against it. I don't even know why. They just don't like me. They forbid her from seeing me. We went to a dance together in Troskowitz recently, but when they found out, they were furious. Now they're keeping close watch over her and causing problems for me as well.
Well, they can't be watching her all the time, can they? Just go out late at night sometime. Nobody'll notice.
We've done that a few times, but we can't now. There's no time for it. I've got to stand watch at night. I was drawn. This year, they want to keep the Maypole up until harvest, and that's still far off.
Listen, I've got an idea. How about I stand watch in your stead for one night? You and Manka can go somewhere in the meantime. Nobody'll know.
You do that for us?
Of course. It's nothing.
All right, we have a deal. Ask Manka and let me know what she says.
Henrik told me about you.
That's great. And why are you telling me?
He said you're having a hard time seeing each other because of your parents. So he came up with a plan.
Aye, that's true. So what did you come up with?
I'll take over guard duty for him, and you two can have some time to yourselves.
Well, that sounds pretty good, actually. So how are we going to do it?
Tonight, when everyone's asleep, you'll sneak out and wait for Henrik. I'll take over his watch, and you two, well, Do whatever you want.
All right, agreed. Tell Henrik I'll be waiting for him. He'll know where to go. And tell him I'm looking forward to tonight. God be with you, sir.
Good evening, my friend. What do you need?
Good news. Manka agrees. She'll be waiting for you tonight. She says you'll know where.
We'll meet by the Maypole as soon as it gets dark, all right?
Aye. It's a deal. All right, I'm here. You can go and see Manka.
Great. Thanks a lot, Henry.
My pleasure. Leave it to me.
I won't forget this.
Don't mention it. Go on. Don't keep her waiting.
God be with you, and have a pleasant evening.
I need to find an axe somewhere. In. Nice one. Say, I have this fancy maypole from Tachov here if you're interested.
My God! They're going to sit them toast! Nobody's got them this good in years! You're a champ, Henry! As soon as I saw you, I knew you had it in you. I promised you something, didn't I? And I'm a man of my word.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Thanks. Happy to help.
What do you say we pull one more trick, eh? I'd make it worth your while, of course.
All right. Why not?
Great. Now listen up. Let's really ruin their day, shall we?
I'm all ears.
Them Tachovites grazed their sheep near the pasture they took from us. And you're going to scatter their sheep into the woods. What do you say? They'll have to herd them all back. I reckon they'll be proper pissed off.
All right. I'm sure they won't be happy about that.
That they won't. But that's not all. Prochek's beloved son is in charge of the sheep now. You'll make him look like a complete moron.
Prochek's son?
Aye. Prochek is in charge there. He gives me the most grief. And they all care about his opinion. If it wasn't for him, this whole Pasture thing would have been sorted a long time ago. On top of that, he thinks his son is gifted, and that he'll be a bailiff somewhere one day. Nothing will piss him off more than seeing his son be the village idiot.
All right. That's a good plan.
Of course it is. I came up with it. The Tachovites will be doing the wash thing soon. If you manage to drive the sheep through the drying laundry, I reckon they won't be too thrilled about it. I'll even give you an extra reward.
Say, Olbram, how am I supposed to lure away Prochek's son?
You'll figure it out. Actually, wait. I've got an idea. Flip this into his food, and you'll see.
What will I see?
It's what I give to my cattle for bellyache. Prochek's lad is going to sit all over himself. And while he's gone, you'll be able to chase off his sheep.
All right. That sounds like a plan. I'm on it.
Great. But same as before, all right? Don't go killing anyone. And don't get caught.
Whoa! Whoa! I'm done with the sheep.
Ha ha! Great! How did it go? Tell me.
Well, I scattered their sheep like you wanted.
That's perfect.
I also trampled their laundry, like you mentioned.
You did? That must have been quite unpleasant for them. They'll have to start over.
That's all I could manage. I hope it's enough.
You did great, lad. You deserve a reward for your heroic deeds. And with a bit on top as well, like I promised. Since you did such a good job.
Thanks, Olbram.
Don't mention it. You're a handy fella. But you could be even better. With my help, of course. They say I'm a good teacher. And listen, one more thing. We'll be meeting the Tachovites soon to discuss the pasture they stole from us. I'd like you to come with us. If you're not against it, that is.
So, what else do you have in store for those Tachovites?
I'll tell you, friend. We're going to meet the Tachovites in our pasture and try to sort it out. And if we don't get through to them, we'll kick their arses. Will you come with us?
Why not? I've already stolen a Maypole and scattered some sheep.
You will? You're really in it with us, up to your ears. Well, I reckon it won't be much fun this time. We meet in the pasture regularly, and it's always the same. I try to explain everything to Prochek, but he doesn't listen to me. The thieving thief! I suppose we'll fight then. Don't worry. When the Tachovites see you, they won't want to mess with us.
Wouldn't you and Prochek rather make up? You've had the pasture split in half for years, and it's worked so far, hasn't it?
You're tracking it down like the tusk of a Bailiff source. He kept wanting to get involved. But to say the pasture ours in front of the Tachovites, that he won't do.
But what if I talk to him? Maybe I can convince him to help us.
I wouldn't bet on it. Last time, he told me and Prochek he'd put us in the stocks if we keep bothering him.
All right, let's show these Tachovites what for.
They don't deserve anything else. Come, let's get the others and get going.
Ah, the Zhelejovites are finally here. Didn't feel like it, eh?
If I knew I was going to get my arse kicked, I wouldn't want to go either.
You see, Henry? They're provoking us again. They're just impossible to negotiate with.
There's nothing to negotiate, old man. The pasture is ours, and that's final.
Bullshit! You know right well that I got smacked around as a child in that orchard right over there.
What do we care where you got smacked around?
Leave him alone.
Thank you.
But there's plenty of space. Can't you just split it in half?
That's what we've been doing. And see where it led us. That old coot just won't keep his trap shut.
Because I'm right, for fuck's sake.
In your dreams. You're just trying to rob our beautiful town.
Beautiful, eh? The place is so ugly, even the plague would rather avoid it.
When they see the gruesome girls from Tachov, even the dogs in the street will back off.
But the lads from Tachov, they don't mind. They do each other from behind.
You bastards! We'll see who has the last laugh when I smash your teeth in!
You'll pay for that stolen Maypole.
And that bastard over there chased off our sheep. I see you over there.
What are you getting so upset about, Tachov? It was just an innocent dog.
We're not going to take this lying down, are we?
Of course not. Enough talk. At 'em, fellas!
Hold on there, fellas. The first one to move will get slapped so hard, he'll get a second one from the ground.
Holy Mary, look at him. He's got arms like a bear.
Shut your mouth, mouth.
Talk all you want, but when he smashes my teeth in, how am I going to tell the story in the tavern?
Beat their asses already!
I should eat something.
Good. He's got no chance alone.
Zhelejov!
Yeah!
Zhelejov!
Nice strike!
Good.
Nice strike! Let him have it!
Ouch! Good. That's a lot of blood. This should stop it.
There's better.
Hey, wake up!
I have to say, you really know how to give each other a right thrashing around here.
That's for sure. You're not a real man until you've had a taste of the local pork knuckle. And you held your own. Help like that deserves a reward.
Can't say no to that. If you wanted to have any more discussions with the Tachovites, I'll be glad to help.
I'd say they'll be licking their wounds for a while.